Monday, the 24th of May. I can't believe it is already the end of May. We normally have Mike on our call for this week, but he is actually on a business trip. He's traveling. He is at the BCD owners meeting, so he will not be able to join us today. So I have a few things that I want to go over, and then we will open it up for conversation as well after that. First thing, and you guys are all on Teams, but I do want to remind you to please start looking at the Resource Center within Teams. This is where we're moving all of our information for our leisure resources, for our commission programs, our vendor contact information, the hotel programs that we have. That information is all going to be housed in our Teams Resource Center. The Air Portal Resource Center is going away. It will be sunsetted. And so here in probably a couple of weeks, that will be disappearing. So make sure you've got the Teams app loaded on your computer. There is a mobile app. If you want to load it on your phone as well, you can do that, or your iPad, or anywhere that you get internet access. So this will be a new platform for us for having the Resource Center. We are still moving more information in there, and the more you guys are asking questions and looking for things, the more information we are finding needs to be moved. So continue to ask for those resources. If you're not finding them, we'll get those loaded into the Resource Center. This really will be a continuous work in progress. So first line to go and find an answer to a question will be going to the Teams Resource Center. If you're not finding what you're looking for, then contact Meredith or I. We can help you in locating that and then getting Teams updated with that information. Excuse me. The carrier contracts will remain in Air Portal, so I do want you to keep that login information. You will still also have your dashboard in Air Portal, which gives you access to those monthly reports now. So depending on your permissions, and really that depends on your status with us. If you are a signed independent contractor with us, you will have access to 3 reports. That is your statement, your sales pipeline report, and the unmatched commission reports. If you are a sub-agent, so you are signed on with us through another independent contractor, then you would have access to 2 reports. You would have your individual sales and commission pipeline report and the unmatched hotel commission report. So I want to share my screen, and I'll show those to everybody right now, just so that you see what those look like. They are on your dashboard. So as you log into Air Portal, you are on the dashboard page, and all you need to do is scroll down below the Security Logic map, and those reports will be there. You can then click on those in order to so they'll be, here is the dashboard on Air Portal. You scroll down below the traveling today map and the action items. I can't show you what it looks like because I don't have the reports on my dashboard. But they would be in this section here next to the host agency contacts. And all you would do is click on them, and that is going to open up Domo, which is the reporting software. So it isn't anything that you have to install or download. You have access to it through Air Portal. You'll see a little, when you hover over it with your mouse, you move your mouse over the report, you'll see these 2 little boxes that pop up. This one that says expand details, this is the one that you really want to click on. This is going to open up your options to filter down the data. You can click this little arrow. That'll move the quick filters over, and so you don't see that part. And then if you're wanting to look at a specific date range, if you want to look at what invoices or what people traveled in the month of January, you'll click on that filter button. You have this now is opened up to add a filter. When you click add a filter, you'll get all of these different options, and there's a lot of them that you probably won't even ever look at. But if you scroll all the way down to the section that is date time, you'll find the section for travel date. This may be the one that you use more often because it is where you would be looking to see when did they travel to know when the commission's going to get paid. So you can select between and then put in some date ranges. So I'm going to just look at people that traveled in January. So January 1st through January 31st. Oops. Let's change that to January 31st and then apply. This is going to filter down the results that you have for any of your clients whose invoices show travel dates between January 1st and January 31st. And then you'll be able to see what the sales amount was, who the traveler was, the vendor, then the amount of commission that has been collected on that, and the amount of commission that was expected to be collected on that. If it has been collected, you'll see that in the statement date, and then the payment date is the statement that it's going to appear on. Our payment date is the date that the agency received it. Statement date is the date that you'll be receiving it. If there's anything that is open, that is those two columns are blank, that means those commissions have not been received yet. And this is now from stays in January. So usually we have hotel commissions received around 30 to 60 days post-stay. It really depends on how the hotels pay. Many of them pay us directly, and so we receive those as soon as they make the payment. Those are usually a little closer to 30 to 45 days. We have others that are the major hotel chains that pay through payment houses. Like Pegasus, Paymodex, there's a few different ones that they will pay through. They really outsource their commission payments to a third party. They're a little bit more delayed, so that could be more in the 60 to 90 days for us to receive that commission payment. We do send a dunning notice if we have not received the commission payment 30 days post-stay. So you know that first notification to the hotels has been done. Now, another caveat to that is this is hotels that have been booked directly with that hotel, whether it's through the GDS, directly through a phone call, through the hotel's website, just not through a wholesaler or one of our tour operator. It has to be one of those hotels that is done direct. So we will send that dunning notice out 30 days post-stay, and we do get a pretty good return on those dunning notices. If there is an invoice that is required, we'll get that invoice out to them. So really what you would start tracking those unclaimed commissions is after between the 60 and 90 days. So if you're seeing these that are blank here from travel in January, those are ones that you would want to start following up with those hotels to track down the payment on those commissions. There are different filters that you can look at. So you can scroll or change the sorting of the columns just by clicking on the column arrows, and then it will resort that column. So if you want to put it in alphabetical order, that may help you locate an invoice. I'm seeing a question. If we cancel a reservation, does that, and I lost it. Hang on a second. Let me get back to where my chats are. If we cancel a hotel, does the account know it's canceled? No, actually. The hotel, the invoices really are one directional into Aggresso. So if you have canceled a hotel reservation, it's good to let accounting know that that hotel has been canceled so that they can zero out that invoice and not expect that commission to be tracking that commission as an open statement anymore. So with this, you can resort the columns. So I just clicked on vendor. It's now in alphabetical order. You can do the same thing with traveler. If you're looking for a specific traveler, that may help you in narrowing down finding that specific traveler. Other things that you can do in the filters, you could just filter specifically for a vendor or a traveler just by clicking on their name. So you can see it's drilling down. This is going to automatically drill down to all transactions that are just for that specific client. And get back up here. So hopefully that helps you in navigating the sales commission pipeline reports a little bit more. Now, again, I am seeing all of you. And so when I sort this information, all of you appear. When you are logged in, you will only be seeing things associated with your agent sign. So you will not see everything for everybody. The unmatched hotel commission. This is one that's really important, and I want to make sure you guys know that this is here, because these are the commissions that we have received for hotels that have been unmatched for any number of reasons. The primary reason is that it never got invoiced. And so, we know that you guys are busy. We know that you've got a lot of things going on. We know that there is a time frame between when you booked it and when they're actually traveling, that you may have missed getting that invoicing done. But it is imperative that you do get the invoicing done before the commission is received, so that the commission matching goes through the natural process and does not take on a manual step. We have had in place a fee to claim an unmatched commission. So if you did miss the invoicing, we do charge $25 in order for us to get that manually matched up to you. That will be reinstated July 1st. So I want to give you all at least a month's notice to make sure that you are aware that you want to get everything invoiced. There will be the $25 fee starting July 1st for claiming a non-invoiced commission. We really do want to make sure things are getting invoiced. We want to have the process work as smoothly as possible, because that allows Julie and Michelle to be doing the things that they need to be doing with accounting in order for things to run smoothly. Now, some of these you probably wouldn't pay the $25 in order to get your $9.62 commission on the Home 2 Suites in Roanoke, Virginia. That's okay. If you see that that is yours and you missed commission on that, you can let Julie or Michelle know that you see that commission, you know that was yours, but they can then just close off that invoice. But it wouldn't benefit you to pay the $25 to get $9.62. If you do see something on here that did not match to you, but it is yours, so this Ritz-Carlton Berlin, that somebody may say, this is mine. I know that's my client. I know I invoiced it. If you can show Julie or Michelle the invoice that you have, the documentation that you did do the invoice, they will match it to you and not charge the $25. There are times that commissions will come in, especially if there's multi-passengers on an invoice, or something changed with the reservation, and so the confirmation number has changed, then they can't match through the manual or the automated. It has to go through the manual. They will do that if you can show documentation that you did provide the invoice. So again, just want to go over that, make sure you guys are aware that it really is important that you get the invoicing done. And then starting July 1st, that will be reinstated, the $25. Now, Julie has been doing an extra step of getting information out to say, does this client belong to anybody? Some of those will still come through because we'll get a wire and not know who to attach that wire to. And so she'll still have some of those, but for the most part, we want to make sure that everything is invoiced by you guys, and Julie and Michelle are not going to be sending out those "is this your client" email any longer, or after July 1st. They will stop doing that. So it falls on you as the business owner to monitor your commissions, track your commissions, and get those things invoiced so that we can get those paid out to you. I do see a follow-up question from you. If we cancel and rebook the same hotel for new dates, do we still need to let accounting know? If it is under a new invoice, they're going to, they won't get the cancel message, but they'll get the new booking. So they'll have the new information on that. And so I don't really know how that comes through because it's on a completely new invoice. But they do look and do an audit within accounting at least once a year as they're closing out to see what things have been paid and what things are outstanding. The nature of our business as well does cause some duplication of invoices. And so when you're doing a hotel booking with air and then it changes, you've got an exchange, there's a new airline ticket, the hotel gets re-invoiced. They can usually tell when the air has been exchanged and there's a new transaction, and that hotel is in the new transaction as well, that the original that had the original tickets needs to be canceled out. So the only time to really let them know is if you are canceling a hotel, the trip is just canceled completely. Let them know that that hotel needs to be canceled out so they can not keep tracking those commissions. The sales and commission pipeline is up to date within 24 hours. So as you are invoicing, it is taking usually less than 24 hours. It's usually just next day. So anything that you invoice today will be reflected in your sales and commission pipeline tomorrow. The only exception for that is some things from client base. If you invoice on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, it may be Monday or Tuesday for those to interface in. That's a little bit more of a manual interface. We have to force that interface through every day. The GDS interfaces are automated, so those just fall in all the time. So expect to see anything within 24 hours of invoicing, unless again, it's over a weekend, and then give it Monday to Tuesday for those things to invoice in. So I'm going to stop here for just a second, see if anybody else had any questions on the where to find the pipeline reports, or if there's a question on navigating through the filters in the pipeline. I know I went through that pretty quickly, but this also, we've got this being recorded, so you can refer back to this anytime if you need to find out how to invoice or navigate through those invoices again. So if anybody has any questions, I don't see anything.
Maybe I missed it, but we cannot go in and cancel an invoice ourselves, right?
You cannot, not right now. Those are enhancements that we have asked for with accounting, and so they are looking at different things that we can do to more automated notification to accounting if we don't have direct access into Aggresso.
Right.
Some way that we can complete that notification that they've canceled.
And then the other thing about booking hotels in the GDS, I mean, if you have 4 hotel rooms booked in the same invoice, all for the same date, but you know, when it comes through, there are different names on it. But if it's the same hotel, same invoice number, same dates, they're going to know, right? I mean, that's
yeah, because each room will have a unique confirmation number.
Yeah, but the hotel confirmation is always different than the GDS confirmation number. So those never match up. And 2, the amounts are never the same on hotels.
Yeah.
And that you don't have to, right? I mean, so they know enough to do that. I mean,
they do. In about 95% of all commissions coming in, they're able to match them up. There's really a small percentage that and typically what happens is when someone gets to the hotel and the hotel has, they were reserved a room, oh no, that was city view, and then they decided they wanted something was ocean view.
Right.
The hotel makes that change and it changes the booking at the hotel. And so then that now doesn't match anything that we have on file. And so when that comes through, it cannot be automated matched. And so that may be something that you would show it as invoiced, but it wouldn't match in the automation. And there are some times that there could be, the family of 4 that is traveling, and for whatever reason, the hotel sends it through on the second name on the reservation, not the primary name on the reservation. So a lot of times the reasons that it doesn't match are beyond your control. So if you can show that we have the invoice, then we will not charge that $25. We really want to make sure that that $25 is because an invoice did not get ran. Any other questions? All right. So get in and play around with the Domo reports. They're really, they're there as a resource for you guys. This is something that has been asked for many years. These, the reports that we have now are really working very nicely. They have been audited and audited and audited. And the information that is coming through is really good and clean. And so if you are finding something that is not, I cannot have it corrected if I don't get it reported to me. So let me know if there's anything that you are finding in that sales and commission pipeline report that does not look correct to you according to how you invoiced something. We can research that, troubleshoot that based on the invoicing parameters on which system it was invoiced in, because we do want to make sure that these are usable reports for you guys. We want to make sure that you are able to track your commissions and see what has been paid in. Sometimes if I sort by payment date, it does not properly do it by date. That is something that I have noticed as well, Jay, and it depends. It seems like it's more of the way the numbering configuration goes and not a date configuration. So that is one thing that I am working with our reporting guys on, is how we can get that date field to actually look like a date and not a number. So that is something that we are working on with the date sorts. So I will keep watching the chats. If you guys have anything else, let me know. The other update that I wanted to talk with you guys. Oh, hang on a second. Do you know how they are pulling the expected commission? Sometimes it does not match. Yeah, so expected commissions with hotels, it's assumed 10%. With tours and cruise, it's pulling what you are reporting in the invoice. And so if you are putting in your expected commission amount in your tour sale as $500, then that's what's going to be reported. There are some vendors in client base, and Meredith, this may be something you have to help me out with, but there are some vendors in client base that we're finding had been built with a commission percentage as an override. And so anything that was invoiced for that supplier is coming in with that percentage amount, not the amount that you would be entering or probably pre-populating when you're doing the res card. And so we have been, Meredith, this is where I need you to keep me honest. Going, when we are seeing those, we're taking that out of the supplier profile. So it is your information based on that booking that is the commission amount.
You're correct when you say that. Some of the vendors do have a pre-populated default, but it's primarily those. It's primarily hotels, what I've seen, although I think all the insurance companies also have it. But it's always easy just to override it if you want to. But also remember, too, a lot of times if you invoice the total for something, that commission does not match because you're taking the commission off the total, and that might include tax or resort fees or whatever. So sometimes when you even say 10% or you even put in a dollar amount, it may not match because you've taken it off of the total, and the hotel may not actually pay commission on that total, but something less. But to answer Jay's question, really, it just comes kind of from what's in there, if it's 10% or whatever, what's built in there.
Right. Thanks, Meredith. Thanks for that question, Jay. I did see an update from ASTA. Last week, ASTA members were out in Washington, D.C. for ASTA Ledge Day. They were talking with different state representatives and talking about different issues that affect our industry. One thing that they really had a big conversation around was the Alaska season. And on Friday, there was a bill that was passed through the House that is now on its way to President Biden to be signed to salvage the Alaska season. So that is very exciting news. And I'm sure we will see a lot more industry news updates as that all gets approved and things get to start taking off with cruising. I also wanted to let you guys know, and I don't know how many of you are really aware of this, but ASTA does have, oh, hang on a second. Let me see if I can. There we go. ASTA, for the ASTA members, and as independent contractors, you would need to become an individual member. But once you are a member, ASTA does have different discount programs. And I don't know if you guys are very aware of this, but even things like, 10% at Ace Hardware or batteries. And then they have health insurance and business insurance. So if you're looking for updating your E&O and want to get another quote from someone, you go through the business insurance through ASTA and see if they may have a better rate. I got an email from ASTA the other day that there is a GE member discount, so up to 25% off of GE appliances. If anybody's looking for a new computer, you might be able to get a Lenovo with 30% off. So take a look at this. If you are an ASTA member, you may not have been aware of this, or you may, and I may be late to the game on this. But additional benefits and that $199 could help get paid off just by having those discounts. We also have a $50 discount through Andavo, being ASTA premium members as an agency. So if you are not a member with ASTA, let me know or let Meredith know, and we will get you the information in order to get signed up. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and see if anybody else had any questions or anything that they wanted to talk about. I am done with my updates.
While we're waiting, if anyone has any other questions, we do have 2 upcoming webinars. I just set one up with Mark Kerwin, our Rocco Forte rep, who is going to do an update on our Sir Rocco's Nights program, which is our preferred relationship with Rocco Forte Hotels. And that'll be this Thursday, May the 27th. At 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and I'm just now sending that out today. And then we have another one coming up on June the 23rd with And Beyond, and I'll send that out as well.
Oh, very good. Great. Thank you, Meredith.
Hey, Meredith, do you think, last year how our Miraval rep came and did a special week for Andavo? Has she approached you, or could you approach her and see if she'd be willing to do that this year again?
I would be happy to. That's a great idea. I will be happy to, Jan, and let you know. I'll let everybody.
Thanks.
Oh, great. And Terry just asked a question. Do you know how Virtuoso is selecting people to attend Travel Week in person? I think from what I understand, Virtuoso is taken into account right now agencies that have reported how many people are expecting to send in person and virtual. And so I had sent out an email asking everybody what they were anticipating doing so I could get that number over to Virtuoso. I heard from about 15 people that were planning to attend in person. So that's the number of seats that I have selected and or requested. They will go through and see what all they have gotten from all of the US and Canada. Well, I guess it's just US. Canada won't be there this year. So all of the US agencies so far, and see how many seats that are going to get to that $800 or 800 number, because we can have 800 members and 800 suppliers. And so they're looking at just getting all of that information calculated. They'll come back to me and let me know how many seats we have. And from that point, I'll be just talking with those people that said they were interested in going in person and looking at the parameters around that, and then narrowing that down to the people that will be going. So hopefully that answers your questions. It does look like if you are going, it is a full week commitment. It is not something that would be easily done to just go for the weekend and not stay the week. They are expecting, or they are requiring all attendees that will be there in person to be vaccinated. So anyone who is not vaccinated for whatever reason, that is going to be a virtual attendance. So as I have more information, I will share that with those that I have heard from that are interested in attending. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you guys. And if you do get into the reports on Domo, just like Jay with the dates, let me know if there's anything that you're not exactly understanding what it's returning or how to work those filters. More than happy to get onto a video conference call with you to share your screen and walk through those settings with you. So, and then keep in mind those unmatched commissions and just keep an eye on those from time to time and make sure that at least once a month you're looking at those so that you can get anything claimed that is yours, whether it's didn't match incorrectly or it is correct and that you didn't get that invoice. So we will get those all updated on a regular basis. And the hotel content is added based on when we receive the feeds, which some feeds we get weekly, some feeds are a couple of times a month, but then individual hotel commissions will just come in randomly. So. All right. Well, thank you all for joining in. It's great to see everybody, and we will connect. Oh, next week we will not be having our meeting. Next Monday is Memorial Day, so our offices will be closed. That does also mean you have one extra day for doing voids. So the ARC report will then close on Monday, May 1st, or I'm sorry, Tuesday, May 1st instead of Monday. So Thank you guys all. It was great talking with you, and we will see you then in 2 weeks. You guys all have a good week and a happy Memorial Day.